Hello all, a Knife Tale here, bringing you something different. Lately I've been thinking that most of my content is long form content, 20-minute reviews or so, and that can be a little bit unapproachable, and it also has me going through a lot of my collection relatively quickly, right? And I don't have companies or people sending in knives for me to check out or anything like that. That may never even happen. I'm a small growing channel. We don't know what's going to come, so I figure I want to make something that is both just a quick and easy watch, can get people into the channel, and also allow me to do additional content and even talk about some of the knives again, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be starting off and using all the knives that I've already done long reviews on in just a little snapshot. Today, we're going to start off with the Vero Synapse XL. And yeah, I was just distracted there. I actually just cut myself a couple minutes ago. So, this knife, Vero Engineering. The Synapse was his first model. This is an extra large version. And it is a large knife. It is 3 3/4 blade, 8 7/8 overall. And with how thick it is and how tall it is, it does feel like a large knife. It is a titanium bolster lock running on bearings with, in this case, black micarta. There are different options, carbon fibers and different materials. He's done a lot of runs on different models that he's made. There's multiple Synapse runs, multiple Axon runs, multiple runs. And usually there are a few differences in options of materials between them, or maybe like a bacon Damascus option. Those are pretty cool. So you're not necessarily stuck with just micarta here. There's carbon fiber and stuff. Other stuff. G10s, and I think brass was one of them or something like that. The pivot is captured. As I said, it's on bearings with very good action. It's got a very attractive drop point blade with a very well done hand satin on it. It is in M390 steel. Vero's logo is on the spine, so completely sterile blade. It's also on the clip, which the clip is one thing I don't particularly love, mostly because of this flat at the end here. I'm not too fond of flats at the end of the clips. Gotta keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it if I keep saying it. We also have this opening fuller in the blade that's only on one side, which is nice. It's a nice touch, because otherwise you'd have just one opening method, which is this very useful and very usable low profile flipper tab. It works great, but it allows you to keep this very clean, sleek, sort of modern, minimal aesthetic, while giving you another option. I gotta learn to do that more on the side, which is kind of weird, but hey. I'm getting a tiny bit of lock stick all of a sudden, which is kind of weird. Blade is centered. There's no play. Very sharp. Best Tech made, I believe these are. And it is an excellent premium knife option, especially larger. Though I will say the one thing I don't love about Veros in general are some of the ergos. If you look closely, the edges are rounded, but they're not really chamfered, so they kind of create a slightly harder edge on the micarta. And in hand, you can feel that it's more of a dramatic sort of 90-degree angle, especially in areas where, like this, where you might be pushing into things. It's not uncomfortable, especially on this larger knife. It's not really, I don't know if you'd call that contoured. It's flat at its apex, but it's thick enough that you can get a good grip on it, but you can feel some of those harder angles. Again, Not uncomfortable in any way. In fact, it's quite comfortable, and it's actually quite comfortable in this position right here. But I am feeling some of those angles. So something to be taken into account. Just if you're considering one of these knives, it might not be as big of a problem with the smaller Synapse, or I think there's a mini Synapse, yeah, I'm pretty sure. But it's just something you do notice. But it's not much of a price to pay for a very well made and very attractive knife when it's not actually harding anything. That's everything I want to say on the Synapse XL. Just a quick little snippet, as I said. So I'm going to be doing more of these. Hopefully these are a little bit approachable and get people in the door. Let's say that. Wonderful knife, wonderful action, clean presentation. But definitely premium. Over $300 here. So, that's all for me. See ya.